How's it going out there, YouTube? My name is Jesse, and I am back for another
Lost Heroes of the Golden Age.
Are we going to do this every time?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, in this video, I have kind of a request.
What if I have a request?
Don't start that again. The last time you had a request, you took over the video.
I did.
I still haven't forgiven you for that yet. You keep laughing.
Oh, I will.
Yeah, I told him that, didn't I? Now, I'm not quite sure if it was a request. I know he asked me if I ever heard of this one. Well, I went ahead and covered it. We're going over...
The Prankster with no tagline.
He was only in 4 issues on an obscure publisher. Yes, we are doing the Prankster. This guy, he does practical jokes, which is what kind of leads him into sort of being a crime fighter. I mean, he wears a mask in the first, second, and fourth appearance of his, but not in his third. I mean, he's not seen in his third, but I mean, he only wears a mask for 2 issues. It's
absurd.
Ridiculous is a good word for it. He pulls practical jokes, but he's not malicious. But some of his practical jokes lead him to solving the crime. So let's go over this request sort of video of the Prankster for this
episode,
whatever, of Lost Heroes of the Golden Age. The Prankster, Michael Morgan, first appeared in Red Circle Comics #1 in 1945. There's a number of people listed under the publisher, but we'll go under what I found him under, which is Rural. And the creator is unknown. This is kind of a weird one. He has only 4 appearances, but only 3 of them come out of Red Circle Comics, even though there is supposed to be a 4th one. Now, he kind of has a de-evolution here, too. Now, let's go over the thing about the Red Circle comic books, is I found the issues 1 through 3. Now, his 4th appearance is in Liberty Comics #14. Now, what I found through the research is that Liberty Comics 14 seems to be a reprint of Red Circle Comics #4. Now, I have not been able to locate an issue of Red Circle Comics #4, try as I might. But I did take a look at all the stories, and all the titles in Liberty Comics #14 were the same titles from Red Circle Comics, but I have found some Red Circle Comics #4 that have the comic cover, but the content of the issue is not Red Circle Comics. It's a weird thing to go over. But Liberty Comics #14 looks like it should have been what Red Circle Comics #4 should have been. It says it's a reprint. I can't find any confirmation. I have not been able to find issue 4. Now, the weird thing about this is...
This isn't weird enough already?
It gets a little weirder. In issue 1 and 2, he wears the mask that you see here on the cover, the laughing mask. In #3, he wears no mask at all. And in #4, all he wears is a domino mask.
What is a domino mask?
Oh, a domino mask. It's just kind of like the red it's kind of like a black mask that only covers your eyes. Apparently, it was supposed to be effective. A number of superheroes like to wear domino masks. He wears just a domino mask, and by the end of the issue, he said that pranks might be fun for some and not for others. I'm going to say goodbye to the Prankster. So his final appearance, he does actually give up being a superhero, as much of a superhero as he was. So let's cover the first issue and then go over the other issues of The Prankster. The Prankster, comedy battles crime and wins when Michael Morgan, the prankster, leads his crooked victims along a trail of practical jokes straight to the jail. The prankster has a brand new idea in crime detection that works this way. I have no idea what that means. Okay, in the first panel, we see him squirting a squirt gun in someone's face, and this actually comes back to it. He's running to get onto stage and bumps into somebody. As he helps the man to his feet, he tells him in the direction where a singer is and then shocks him with the joy buzzer. Then he seems to go on stage, and I think he's a magician and a comedian, which sometimes that's what you want to book, because then you don't have to book two separate acts. You can book one act for both. He meets the singer off stage, and she gets mighty testy with him. As she goes on stage, she sings one song, and he says that she's singing off key and losing her timing. After one single song, she goes back to her dressing room, which Mike notes this, so that means to us that she usually sings more than one song. She puts on her fur coat and leaves the exit, and Mike follows her because it's suspicious behavior for her. She goes to the bar and meets up with Triggs. Now, we find out that this is the same man that Michael bumped into at the beginning of the issue. She talks about how she didn't bring any money for him and that he needs to be turned into the police, and she pulls a gun on him. He is undaunted and manages to get the gun away from her. Just then, Michael shows up and puts on a comedy laughing mask. He busts into the room, sprays Twigs in the face with the water gun, and knocks him out. And he's like, "Here's your gun, fair one. Keep him covered while I call the police. If you tell them your circumstances, I'm sure they won't give your name to the papers." So she talks to the police. They say they're going to leave the names out of it so they don't let people know that she is related to this common criminal. And she has strong suspicions that it's Michael, so she rushes back to the club. But then her suspicions are abated when she sees Michael on stage. She no longer assumes that it's him and is grateful for the prankster. The other stories are much the same way. Michael can't help but doing pranks. The second issue has to do with a murder that he thought he committed till he finds the real crook. The third one, he helps with a hostage situation that I guess he has a phone connected to a house, and he finds out that someone's being held hostage at that house. And in the fourth one, he only wears a domino mask, stops a jewel thief who's trying to steal a rich woman's necklace, and by the end of that, he decides to no longer be the prankster anymore. And that's it. Oh, yeah, this little picture right here. When he's on the phone with someone, it says, "Buy bonds." Yes, even back then, they were always pushing bonds in some way. Well, I hope you enjoyed this issue. Was this a hero? Was this a lost hero? I'll let you be the judge of that. Well, that does it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will come up with another lost hero of the Golden Age soon. If you have a request that you would like to see, let me know, and we will go ahead and squeeze that in. And until the next time, I'll be seeing you.